I think to me the biggest example of mental strength helping a player and the team was the day Virat Kohli came to the ground with his father's body lying at home, and the Delhi team was playing Karnataka in the Ranji Trophy game at Firozshah Kotla, and Delhi was facing a threat of follow-on, and Kohli decided to come to the ground to play the match. He helped Delhi avoid the follow-on, and in the process, he also established the mental strength of his character. He showed the world that what it means to be a strong man mentally, and nothing could have been a better example than this, because to be in the state of mind he was in at home when he had lost his father in the night, and next day he comes and plays the game. He helps Delhi, and after the game is over, the Karnataka team comes and wishes him well, and then he goes to his father's funeral. So I think I couldn't have thought of a better example than this. The biobubble restrictions, I think the quarantine restrictions and what has come out of the COVID has changed the life of a sports journalist completely. You're not able to go to the ground, you're not able to exchange views, you're not able to interact with the players, so that is a huge disadvantage. And when you watch a sport on television, your view is very restricted. But when you go to the ground, the whole expanse is in front of you. You know all the movements which are you can see from your naked eye, and it is like absorbing the whole play, and it is not what you are being shown. So that is the big difference. And a sport cannot be covered watching television. I am from an era when we would go to the ground to watch matches and then write, because you need to see the players. You need to see the players physically, you need to see their movements physically, you need to understand the ambience of the venue, the atmosphere. So all this can come only and only when you go to the ground, where you meet different people, you meet fellow journalists, which is what the best part of sports journalism was, that it gave you opportunities to travel. So now all those restrictions mean that you are monotonous in your description. You are just watching television and writing, so you miss the soul. And if you miss the soul of sports, how can you do justice to your writing? So I think it's been a big setback, but I feel for this generation of sports writers, but they have done wonderfully well. These are very testing times for all athletes, for all sportsmen, and to be quarantined, not to be able to do what you have been doing in normal times is a very challenging issue. It impacts your health, physical and mental, and it also pulls you back, because you are only sitting at home watching the walls when you normally would be on the field competing against each other. So this is a very difficult period. It has impacted the whole world, the society as in general, and sportsmen in particular, because for a sportsman it is not the time, it is never favorable to sit at home. They always look for opportunities to go out and practice and train and compete. So these are very difficult times, where all sports organizations and federations have made it a point to look into the mental health aspect of a player. They have engaged sports psychologists to look into this, and I think we'll have to live with it. The sportsmen also realize to battle difficult quarantine situations, and the challenge that comes from the fact that you're not able to do what is your favorite vocation, which is to go out and play. So they have adjusted, like we have all adjusted to Zoom calls, but players will have to go out and play, and this mental health aspect is something which cannot be ignored. Being mentally tough is part of your character. It puts you in an advantage against your opposition. There are some players who buckle down under pressure, but there are some who give out their best under pressure. So it comes only when you're mentally strong to take on a situation. It can come in the form of trying to overcome your failure. It can come in the form of trying to do your best against the best of players. So there are some players who have always reserved their best against the best. That is because they are mentally tuned to rise to the occasion when the going is tough. And we have known players. I mean, in cricket, I can point out players like Mr. Gavaskar, Kapil Dev, Sachin Tendulkar. I mean, Anil Kumble. he was so mentally strong. So I think there are examples. There can be more. I may have missed out some names, but it is an innate. It is something which comes from within you. You can definitely develop. There are now sports psychologists who are trying to help you become mentally strong, and also it comes from the fact that once you realize your capabilities, you know how to handle these situations.